Hi everyone, so it's me, Villarmia Lady Me. So for today's video is we will able to stand about my opinion about globalization is a process, is a condition or an idea. So let's start the video. So before we start is let us define what is globalization. So as we all know, globalization is a hot topic and it is often viewed as being somewhat controversial. So before we will proceed is let us know about globalization. So the term globalization have been commonly used since the 1980s. So the term comes from the word globalize, which refers to the growth of international network of economic system. So and according to the www.investopedia.com terms, globalization that asks globalization is not a new concept. According to them, that it is not a new concept. Traders and traveled vast distances in ancient times to buy commodities that were rare and expensive for sales in their homelands, and that's the reason why they buy certain commodities in other countries. So the Industrial Revolution brought advances in transportation and communication in the 19th century that eased trade across borders. So they think that Peterson Institute for the International Economics, where it is also known as the PIIA, or states that globalization stalled after the World War I, and nations moved toward protectionism as they launched import taxes to more closely guard their industries in the aftermath of the conflict. So this trend continued through the Great Depression and World War II until the U.S. took a instrumental role in reviving international trade. So after that, the government worldwide have also integrated a free market economic international trade um, through fiscal policies and trade agreements over the last 20 years ago. So the core of the most trade agreements is the removal or reductions of tariff. So this evolution of economic system has increased industrialization and financial opportunities in many nations. So governments now focus in the removing barriers to trade and promoting the international commerce. So hence, I conclude also that globalization is a spread of products or technology, information, and job across national borders and culture. So in economic terms, that it also described as an interdependence of nations around the globe fostered through free trade. So there are several definitions that I've given to the term, which tend to be the center around the either economic or sociology. So according to Martin Albro and Elizabeth King, that globalization is those processes by which people of a certain world are incorporated into a single world society. And according to Lichner and Bully in 2012, they define globalization as more people across large distances becoming connected in more and different ways. So in today's world, I consider that globalization is an important concept for students and higher education to understand and appreciate because of the demand in business and industry to hire people who can work with people of other nations and culture, and if need be can travel independently internationally to promote their business or even their industry. So now it's time to talk about my stand with regards to whether globalization is an idea or a process or a condition. So given the definition that I discussed earlier, so I would prefer to choose globalization is a process. Why? Because globalization processes that contribute to the relationship between the societies, the individuals around the entire world. So it is a progressive process by which it exchange and flows between different parts of the world are strengthened. So from that, economic process are something to try to do with a definite country, either a political or even the cultural change in that certain country, in that certain situation, and the economic behavior, as well as the power of technological innovation. And I conclude that globalization is a process of the world become interconnected to each other. And that would be all. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something in this video. Bye.